Hi everyone. I have a video that I really am excited to share, and I hope that you will take the time to listen, and hopefully these enablers will learn a little something from this video. It's a very short video, but it's called Learn Helplessness, and it shows us how we can train a person to be helpless to themselves. This is for Maddie's enablers, and hopefully they will understand what I'm trying to get through to you. Let them grow up, let them learn, let them be adults, they don't need mothers and fathers right now, okay? If they did, they had them, they could go home to their own. Or if they can't go home to their own, they can go home to someone that does love them. But because of you enablers, you've got them so helpless to helping themselves that you're treating them like your little children. So let's take a look at this short video. And at the end, I would love to hear your comments. If I don't respond immediately, I promise you I'm going to respond to each and every comment that comes my way. Thank you all for taking the time to listen. I love you all and have a blessed night. Oh, there's more to come tonight because I really, 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 really am bothered by this last video that Miss Maddie made. But now let's see if we can educate some people.
Parents let their children learn how to help themselves. Parents who neglect their children or those who are overly involved achieve the opposite. Their children often learn helplessness and hence believe that they can neither control their life nor change their environment. Learned helplessness was first discovered by two researchers who conditioned dogs to endure electric shocks.
And before I go any further, I do not own the rights to this video. This is for educational commentary use only. Fair use.
Martin Seligman and Stephen F. Meyer conducted their experiment with three groups of dogs. Dogs from the first group were caged and made to wait for a period of time before being released. These dogs were what's known as the control group. The second group were also caged and got electric shocks from below. When they pressed a button, the shocks stopped. They learned that they could stop the pain. The third group of dogs were exposed to the shocks but had no way of stopping them. After the conditioning, all three groups were put into a box that gave shocks on one side but not the other. The first and second group of dogs quickly learned to avoid being shocked by jumping over the wall that separated the two sides of the box. The third group of dogs made no attempt to avoid the shocks. They had developed a cognitive expectation that they could not avoid the pain. Seligman and Meyer attributed this to learned helplessness. Children
Maddie,
can also be affected, as this oversimplified story attests.
Also, adults
This is the story of Joe. While other kids were allowed to run, this cute little boy was put in a walker so he couldn't hurt himself. And so, from early on, Joe learned that the world is a dangerous place. On the rare occasions that his father was home, he told Joe to toughen up and become a strong boy. But without a role model, Joe lacked the motivation to live up to his dad's expectations. He began to feel inferior. Over time, this feeling got stronger. Whenever there was a problem, his mother would jump in to help. Joe began to internalize the belief that he couldn't help himself when confronted with challenges. Whenever he had to make a major decision, he'd ask his mum for advice. Deep inside, he resented her for not allowing him to become more independent. What are your thoughts? How can we help those that fail to see the path out of their toxic life? How can we help them to help themselves? Share your thoughts and your own experiences with learned helplessness in the comments below.
I hope this helps.